The story kicks off with Jason, a student and singer whose vacation is ending. His dad, mom, and sister Joey are dropping him off at his Catholic school. Joey's roommate, Sarah, who has a crush on Jason, is there too. As they arrive, Jason's dad tells him to stop singing and focus on school, but Jason dreams of a singing career only. Just then, Rebecca, a teacher, reassures Jason's parents that she'll watch over him and Joey. After they leave, Rebecca meets Sophia, a new teacher on her first day. Rebecca explains the school rules and how to act. Sophia gets it, wipes off her lipstick, and Rebecca shows her around. They run into Jason and Rebecca introduces them. Sophia notices Jason looks down. Rebecca tells her that Jason got into an accident with his dad's car while driving drunk, so his dad been upset ever since. She adds that Jason is smart, sings well. Later in her room, Sophia watches Jason's singing videos online. He's a YouTuber. She's drawn to him and even kisses the laptop screen, falling for him instantly. She can't stop thinking about him, feeling like she somehow knew him before. The next day in class, Sophia introduces herself but keeps looking at Jason, and when he talks to Sarah, she doesn't like it. She moves Jason to sit in front of Sarah, which Sarah thinks is weird since teachers at Catholic schools don't usually act this way. Before class, Joey reminds Sophia to say a prayer. Sophia asks Joey to lead, but during the prayer, Joey notices Sophia isn't praying. After class, Joey tells Jason, but he's distracted by a message from Sarah and doesn't care. After class, Sophia asks Jason if Sarah is his girlfriend. Jason says he doesn't have one yet. Elated, Sophia heads back to her room. Then Sarah asks Jason about her message where she confessed her love. Jason admits he loves her too and they kiss. Sophia sees them and yells at Sarah. Jason leaves and Sarah gets mad at Sophia. Sophia warns her to stay away from Jason. The next day, Sophia asks Jason if Sarah is his girlfriend. He gets nervous and says nothing. Sophia tells him to see her in her office after class if he has work. Jason agrees, not knowing it's a trap. In her room, Sophia takes off her dress, wondering if she's good enough for Jason, then leaves the door open. Jason knocks. He feels love for her, which is what Sophia wanted. Jason stands outside the door and Sophia pretends not to see him. Jason leaves, constantly thinking. The next day, Sophia asks Jason why he didn't come to her office. He makes up an excuse. Days go by. After a week, Jason and Joey's parents come to pick them up. Sophia doesn't like that Jason is leaving. Distraught, Sophia asks Rebecca to tell Jason that her aunt is sick and she needs to leave school. Then she leaves. Meanwhile, Jason tells his dad he wants a year off to pursue singing, but his dad is angry and says he needs to focus on school. They argue, and Jason walks out, singing to forget his sadness. Sophia arrives at Jason's house and listens to him sing. She's captivated, but when she sees Sarah calling Jason, she gets angry. Her foot hits something, making a noise. Jason hears it and thinks someone is listening nearby, but he gets a message from Joey and goes back inside. Sophia plans to break Jason and Sarah up. That night, she sneaks into Sarah's room and hides drugs in her book. As she leaves, Sister Rebecca appears. Sophia lies, saying she heard a noise and came to check on Sarah. Joey wakes up, overhears them, and gets suspicious of Sophia. The next morning, Sophia tells the class to open to the page in their books where she hid the drugs to frame her. Sarah is caught, and the word spreads. Sarah is suspended. Sophia then convinces Sister Rebecca to search the boys' dorm to protect the school's name. During the search, a bottle of alcohol is found under Jason's bed that Sophia placed there. Jason says, "I don't know how that got there. Someone is playing a joke. Please believe me, I would never do that. My life will be over if I'm suspended." Sophia says, "If you want to avoid suspension, you'll need to work here at school for a week, helping the sisters." Jason agrees. Years before, Sophia heard Jason's voice and fell for him. She met the real sister Sophia and kidnapped her, assuming her identity. So this Sophia is a fake. Back in the present, Jason plants trees as punishment while Sophia helps, trying to get close to him. Joey watches, thinking Sophia is acting strange. That night, Sophia sneaks into Jason's room. She sets her phone to record, takes off her necklace. Then Jason wakes up. He's shocked, but Sophia seduces him, moving in for a kiss. Jason is scared someone might see them, but Sophia whispers, "Don't be afraid. No one will ever know." Jason gives in and they sleep together that night. The next day, Jason feels guilty. He goes to church to confess, but the priest is Sophia dressed in robes. Before he can react, she kisses him, and Jason accepts her love. A week later, Jason gets a message from Sarah inviting him to a party. Meanwhile, Sophia overhears Rebecca talking about the real Sophia with a father. She realizes he knows about her deception. Panicked, she heads to her car, but Sister Rebecca stops her and asks where she's going. Sophia uses the excuse about her aunt's medical emergency and leaves quickly. That night, Jason tells his dad he wants to go to Sarah's party, but his dad refuses and they argue. Angry, Jason sneaks out and goes anyway. Sophia watches and follows him. At the party, Jason drinks a lot. Sarah takes him to a room and they start kissing. Memories of Sophia flood Jason's mind. Distressed, he grabs a bottle and stumbles outside only to be caught by the police for drinking. Sophia tells the police, "Jason's under a lot of pressure. You should let him go," and they do. Jason, wasted, lets Sophia take him to a hotel room. Meanwhile, Jason's mom convinces his dad to support Jason's singing. In the hotel, Sophia starts to undress to seduce Jason again. Jason realizes Sophia has been stalking him. He tells her, "What happened between us was a sin, and I don't want this anymore." Sophia says, "Our homes are alike, just like your dad. Mine doesn't understand me. That's why we found each other." But Jason, now seeing through her, leaves. Enraged, Sophia watches him go. Outside, Jason meets his dad, who apologizes, saying, "I never gave you freedom, and that's why you haven't succeeded. I was wrong." The next morning, as Jason and Joey head to school, they see Sophia already there. When she sees them, she drives off, but Joey notices Sophia's car and tracks it online, proving it's registered in Sophia's name. Joey realizes Sophia was watching them outside their house. When Jason reaches his room at school, he finds Sophia unconscious. He gives her oxygen, but she's faking. Furious, Jason says he'll report her to the father. Sophia says, "If you report me, I'll tell everyone you, a student, fell in love with your teacher. If I speak up, no one can save you." Jason gets a call from Joey about Sophia's car. He warns her, "Don't tell anyone." The next day, after morning prayer, Sister Rebecca brings Sarah back to school. She was only suspended. Sophia is angry. She confronts Sister Rebecca and tells her, "After what I found out, how could you let her come back?" Rebecca replies, "Don't lecture me. First, learn to pray in class. I know what's right." Inside, Jason is happy about Sarah's return. Sophia is angry and acts crazy. One day, while Sarah was showering, Sophia went into the bathroom and pushing her down to the floor. Later, Joey found Sarah's body and screamed after the incident. After a look through, the police said it was an accident. Joey, suspecting foul play, knew something was not set up right, and the circumstance didn't look right. The following day, after church, Jason confronted Sophia. "You must be held responsible for what happened to Sarah." Sophia stated, "You don't need to emphasize yourself under this scenario. The police already called it what it is and ruled that it was just an accident. By the way, it is known to all that nobody is in the list of pure innocents in this school. It includes you, the student that crossed the limit the most by dating one of the teachers inside." Hearing all of this, and catching words of truth with no place for argue, and no reason to lie and twist, was what silenced Jason like dead. Terrified and full of fear, what Jason anticipated the next morning after what he did, he started to see Sophia when heading back her house. With that reason, knowing how messed up they both had made. This made the teacher to start the claim of not being present to teach class to her superiors due to another relative passing away, and that she will have to leave as expected to the new day after. Reaching that night and having dinner with his beloved folks inside a restaurant, everything changed due to what it seemed, another circumstance that occurred between them. The appearance and approach of Sophia, approaching and introducing herself slowly with gentle and pure actions. Her introduction was nothing but a student of the school in which his children attend to. The pleasure was given to the parents of Jason, being joyful and happily accepting her in the family dinner. The discomfort was the biggest factor to all of Jason's actions, with no chance for objection of any kind to his folks. Meanwhile, after all the suspicious, Sister Rebecca planned on how to manage flowers for the aunt of Sophia, just to be shocked by what she will react how crazy it will be. All information was lost, no names, no address even, it all ended up not belonging to a living soul. There what all the remaining suspicion was made, and what the real plot of the scene will lead. And while Joey planning on what to react or what to do or what to say, Jason did an obvious decision, confessing the truth out. And that what the true face and intention of Sophia was all about, all the actions and web. Ending up finally with the sibling to find every single truth and proof of the real identity of Sophia. There, after it all, Sister Rebecca got to the decision to invite Sophia to discuss and clear the issues. So she invited her to her office the morning after and discussed and gave her speech to her to clear the awkwardness of whatever was occurring. She said, "Ever since your entry, I've noticed plenty of things or even strange things have been happening, starting with Sarah out of nowhere and just like that. And that lied to the death of that relative. What's going on?" And with that action, Sister Rebecca did her very best to report her out as she knew. But there to her surprise, not as planned, Sophia hits and knocks and left Sister Rebecca unconscious. What everything happened after that point was as expected. Jason and Joey snuck in to dig Dipper, so here the whole story began. The first piece of equipment found, well actually two, but was a laptop and laptop. After going trough them, it all came to proof one belonged to real Sophia and one belonged to Laura, with all Jason picture and photos. Finally arriving with clear proof of the real identity of that psychotic one. And with the courage and desire to prove themselves right in Sister Rebecca, they stormed to tell her the truth, a very bad timing. But it was already too late, as Laura was near the location, so everything got worse. Recognizing her laptop and Jason as the current owner, she began to speak and beg out loud. "Let me please be, and don't be what I'm. I beg, my feelings and desire for you can exceed the actions I'm willing to take." Jason and Joey knew clearly there was nothing pure or real, and this made them run. As they approached Sister Rebecca location, what happens was Laura attacks, a lamp knocking Joey's head, causing her to faint. Raging and full of madness and fear, Jason tried to punch her, but the force of Sophia was too big. As soon Sister appears, she knocks her phone out and grabs the lamp fast. And what they planned next, Laura approached and turned her frustration, but Jason turned the tables around and pulled and stabbed her multiple with tool of small screwdriver. Days came and went, arriving after and finishing and completing their education with such pain in the past. It was time for the gift, their graduation. Joey get the gift she desired, a brand car. And as his new gift and the one he desired and had dreamed on since he was little, a fully set electric guitar. That music with the sound and vibe that makes him the happiest man with great joy. He has the right to start new chapter even after the bad and sad moment behind. That life behind and left and gone was Sophia, and it's all from the memory of Sarah that he walks on with the brand step in the future. He then forget about Sophia completely.